What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTuberverse? I'm back once again with a fun little vlog today. I'm Hippie, my name is Nick, and most of the channel has to do with animals. That is Frogger. He is a dumpy white tree frog. He is out and about to say hey. I do have a green tree frog in here, but that little friend is more of a resting during the winter kind of friend. It is a green tree frog of the North American variety. So Michigan J is normally hiding away during the wintertime. So if you want to see Michigan J, there's some shorts and stuff. I did separate Michigan J from Frogger because I've always had a bit of a thing in the back of my mind about it. Michigan J was full grown as a green tree frog, North American green tree frog, where Frogger was a full grown, or not full grown, but he was a juvenile. And when he became full grown, I was always worried, and then I've had a couple people tell me a couple times. When a commenters finally said something too, I was like, "Yeah, I mean, they've been fine, they've grown up, but it just takes one bad day. It really do. So always be careful. Most of the time, if a toad or frog can fit something in its mouth, it's gonna eat it. So gotta be careful with that. So I did luckily have the extra 20 gallon is where the green tree frog is alone. And the other one, since it's bigger, it's a 37, I think it was. This was gifted to me. This one's cool. A wood frame and everything. This is not something you normally buy in a store. It's like a 36 or a 37. And that right there I put in there because it's Halloween. So I like to kind of decorate for Halloween and stuff. Also, I am going to be moving those Batman posters from back there because I can't even see them too good. So, my nerdy hippie wall. I say nerdy hippie wall because you got this nerdy stuff, and then you got that right there. And then, of course, old Jimi Hendrix back there, when I be talking and stuff. I ain't got no black lights no more, but, And then, like, some black light posts over there, too. You can tell I used to have black lights. I used to have a lava lamp, too. Still got my hacky sack, but Rorschach's been playing with it, so I passed down my hacky sack. Actually, that's funny. Well, about this thing. This thing is, like, goodness. I would say I was in elementary school. This is a 30-year-old hacky sack. This is like 30 years old, no joke. Elementary school. I'm 37 right now, man. So this is, if not 37, or not 30, it's like a 27 something hacky sack. Year old. It is crushed in. I can like flatten this if I really just barely try. Like, look how flat that thing get. It's just barely trying. Yep. Oh, goodness. I threw that thing and Rorschach went zoom. But I did have to rearrange everything because, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, dude. This cat was jumping all over the top of these things. And no matter how I was trying to get him to calm down, get off, I was pretty much borderline having to start getting mad and shouting. I didn't want to be that. He had me going through a bit of a burping. A little bit of burping, but a little bit of like a borderline, like I was about to start panicking on him. Like, damn. Because even today when I got home, the first thing he done do before I moved, before I moved that thing all the way over there, I am going to move that, but it's like right in front of my clothes closet. So I gotta move that sucker eventually. So once I move that thing, or I have to move that thing, I have to move it again. But I had to put that, and then my old weight rack. There's missing weight racks. So I was just like, I'll walk around the house here and there with light weights. I don't really like work on myself to get big nasty and big nasty, and I was about big nasty, like, whoa, you don't mess with that guy. Respect to you if you a bodybuilder type. Respect to you if you work hard on your body to the degree that fitness is your goal. That is not a bad way to be. Lifting yourself up to such a degree and working on yourself like that is admirable. Just don't get too prideful over it. Remember that everyone is their own person, no matter how strong you are physically. That does not make you stronger in spirit or in mind than others. So respect all aspects of how we live as humans and be very careful not to get too prideful because you're really good on one thing. If you're really good on one thing, use that one thing to help those who ain't good at that one thing. And you'll be surprised how together we can uplift each other, kind of a deal. Cool stuff. But I like to work out just to keep myself healthy. You know, part of me not being super chunky and stuff. Thank God, I have an amazing metabolism. It does hurt my stomach. I do because my. So I have what I understand. I'm not scientific with the human body and stuff. My study has always been towards animals and stuff. When you have a vast variety of. If you want to know what that sound is, homie's just over there playing, being a silly dude. So if you hear all noises, just he's being funny. He found a little plastic thing he's playing, so I'm letting him do his thing. So please excuse the noise. I have animals, and they're going to be animals. I let them be that way. Except when he's jumping on top of the frog tanks things and trying to knock over the lamps. And that's not good. But thankfully, I moved all the furniture around, and even though... I can tell he was getting wise, I was getting upset about it, but it's just... It's good I found a resolution, because it was getting me very upset for a bit. And as y'all have been learning, I am preaching against shouting, being mainly angry and stuff. And that's something I have been working on in the last year, specifically. And it has been uplifting. It's been better. All the way up until then, more recently, even 2 years ago. I called it getting my shouts out. And you know what? It's okay to do that to a degree. Do it in private. Make sure that you're doing so to make you feel better and that you're not doing so to curse or damn someone in a negative way. Because those kind of things will cause... It's like a bad ritual or a bad prayer in my mind when you do stuff like that. So be very, very careful with that. And if you're getting your shouts out, just do it so that your mind can correct itself. Don't shout at people. Do it when you're by yourself. The whole face into the pillow thing or something. Just anyway, if you want to get it out, just don't do it. Don't do it where people or creatures can really get affected by it. Because the shout of the voice, the power that a human can have when they say something with emotion and passion, whether through a whisper or a scream, it is heard. And that's something I've been learning very recently. The power of words, you know? Because I grew up being teased a lot in the sticks and stones thing, you know? And to that degree, yeah, that's just noise. They don't know you like that. If people at your school, at your work, or even family members that think they know you when they don't, trying to put you down over you, no, you know you. If they're saying you this and they think you're wrong, but they're wrong about what they think you're wrong about, you know, then you look at yourself and you decide, is what I'm doing making people feel good, or are they making feel bad, and the only person benefiting is myself when everyone else is feeling bad? If the answer is if you're benefiting off of everyone feeling bad, you're doing something wrong. Really, benefiting yourself should be able to benefit others in some way. It doesn't have to be money. Doesn't have to be things. It could be that you're just happy with yourself in a way that your smile and your goodwill towards others, the God within you, is enough and contagious enough to affect others. That is more powerful than money or monetary. Because what that'll do is it'll uplift others. Now, there are going to be times when you're going to have to step up. You're going to have to feed the hungry. We may have to shoe the shoeless. We may have to home the homeless. But by the time you're called to do that, you're so uplifted within yourself, and you've helped others in such a way that you found yourself a team that want to work with you. That's how it starts. The most amazing things don't start with the money, don't start with the physical. It starts with a passion, and it starts with a team. And that team can be as small or as large as it needs to be to complete the task necessary. Sometimes it might even start with just one person speaking out, you know? So I'm hoping these messages get out, and, you know, we can reach more people. I'm just a little bit of a conduit, trying to plug in that love out there in a calm, chill, and peaceful way. Did a little short today with some of my animal stuff and everything, so If y'all want to see that, that's fun. I'll do another video tomorrow. I got off tomorrow. It's a Sunday. So I will probably show you guys that fish tank. It's getting darker earlier, so I might be able to have a time where I can just kind of record that fish tank real quick, let y'all know how that's going. But it's been absolutely amazing. It has been a roller coaster of ups and downs with me this week, of small things, of both good and bad. But the blessings have been amazing. The greets, the meets, the new people I've met, and the bonds I've created further in my work life and personal life have been outstanding. Now, tomorrow, I will have a very fun announcement to make. Well, no, actually, no, she would have done. Okay, not exactly my news, but I was given permission for this very good news. So, my sister is going to have the first child of our generation. You know, my siblings, of my, like, I'm not going to have kids, most likely. I say most likely I'm Arrow Ace. I do not think of having a relationship. I don't care for it. I have to focus so hardcore on learning so much more about nature, so much more about animals, so much more about how we're connected to everything. I am, like, driven of, like, the druid sort of, you know, philosopher drive. I say druid philosopher because I want to learn more, and I want to do so using nature as my teacher. And not just nature alone, but the scriptures and stuff, the good wills of different positive religions. I mainly studied under Christianity, but I've also read stuff of Quran. I've read stuff from, Confucius and stuff, ancient Chinese scriptures and everything. A lot of stuff kind of connect in the same way where they talk about positive things. That's just a couple of examples of things. I've read a lot. Thankfully, through college, I took a lot of art history and everything, and it connected me with a lot of different things. The only things that really make no real connection to that stuff is like Greek mythology and things, because the pantheons, they're all over the place. But anything that talks about a one God, one creator thing usually fall under the same thing, you know? Whether you're under Buddha, Jah, God, Allah, they're all wonderful, peaceful gods as long as you follow the scripture as it be. There's a lot of wars going under these names, and it makes no sense to me. I wish they stop. And I don't know where I'm going with that stuff. We're getting into weirdness. Sorry. Ranting. Thinking. But I'm going to be an uncle soon is what I'm getting at. So, yeah, that rant there. So I got to be careful. You guys see where I'm at with things. This is why I got no time for relationships or anything. If I were to say what I'm more attracted to the female form, probably, yeah. But I'm not going to have kids. Not a plan. Not a thing. Not a thought. That is way, way back on my list. My goal, my dream in life is not to start a family. It is to... You know what? I can say it, but look at my channel. Look what I'm preaching. I'm a mouthpiece for love. I'm a mouthpiece for peace. Give me the megaphone, and I'll just say what I'm saying in this peaceful voice, you know? I want people to understand that. And so there's no time for a relationship. Maybe when all is said and done, there's too much. My sister's the only one in my generation of my personal family that would have ever had kids. And I knew she always wanted a family and stuff. And the man she's with they're together, relationship. They got the rings, everything. It's been that way. They've known each other for a couple of years now, even longer. I don't really keep hard track on my sister's relationship, but a new generation, a new blessing. She did her ultrasounds and stuff. Everything's good. As far as the details and how far along, the closer it be, the more you guys are going to hear about it. But she's only like 8 weeks or something, like a month and a half, give or take. So very early on, very exciting for the family. So yeah, fun announcement for tonight. It's going to be like a 15-minute vlog today. So thank you guys so much for chilling to the end on this. I know I went through a bit of a rant there talking about the good news, but it's been on my mind a lot lately, man. That kind of stuff. I need to just think and work really hard on my goals, because what I want to do is It's crazy hard, especially when the opposite of the coin wants to shout and gloat and do things that are just going to draw the attention of people more so than a video like this. So, thank you guys so much. Those who are watching, those who have liked, commented, and subscribed, you're doing amazing. And that's all I really wanted to ask of you as my viewers. I don't have a Patreon. I don't want your money. I work very hard. I am pinching pennies. However, when time comes and the message is pushed on and stuff, and if people want to, I'm looking more for those with money that want me to like promote stuff or whatever. What do they call that thing? It's what are the name of them dudes? Sponsors. I was about to say subscriptions. I kept thinking the word subscriptions. Sponsors. Yeah, I want the sponsor people to give me the money. I don't need you guys to give me the money. You guys are working hard too. If I ever do have an emergency, and if all the world is shocked and shot, you guys will know. And if then, I will then even struggle to ask a thing from my audience. Old school YouTube never asked from their audience. Why change it now? Anywho, just things I've been thinking about. And for real, I gotta say peace out, because if I keep going, man, this is gonna be like a 20-minute vlog. I don't even know if people want to watch me for 20 minutes. Do you want to watch me for 20 minutes? Nah. We're ending this now. Peace out.